Whitewashing is a problem. From Liam Neeson in Batman Begins to Scarlett Johansson in Ghost in the Shell and, well, pretty much any US anime adaptation ever. Dragon! Whitewashing is when Hollywood takes a character who was a person of color in the source material and casts a white actor for the final portrayal we see on screen. But what about when a white character is played by a person of color on screen? Representation might upset some people who can't accept popular comic book characters like Nick Fury, Johnny Storm, and Domino as people of color, but this thing some people call blackwashing is not a problem. It's not even a thing. But let's start with why whitewashing is so harmful. Despite all the amazingly nerdy movies and shows coming out in the recent years, people of color are still barely represented. Look at any random trailer or poster and odds are you'll usually see a white person as the lead. So when Hollywood takes one of the few examples of canon representation that we do have and cast a white person for whatever reason, you're taking away an opportunity for us to be seen. For me personally, this was especially egregious in the Avatar: The Last Airbender movie. I was very attached to the show's character Katara, from her dark skin to her great big poofy hair, and the fact that her mom had the same name as me. I was crushed when I saw white actress Nicola Peltz in the movie adaptation because it erased the aspects of Katara that I saw in myself. On the other hand, having a person of color play a previously white character isn't taking away white representation. It's creating new representation and role models for people that Hollywood has ignored for too long. When Michael B. Jordan took over as the Human Torch, it opened a door for a new narrative in which a black man and a white woman could be siblings long before This Is Us made us sob every Tuesday night. And I think we can all agree that Michael B. Jordan is a pretty damn good actor, like, right? You wanna see Black Panther? Just me? Cool.
Is this your game?
Despite the film's flaws, he's an extremely talented dude who absolutely did justice to the role. Johnny Storm's whiteness is not essential to his character. The Human Torch has always been defined by his hot-headed attitude, so why should it matter if he's played by a black man? It doesn't take anything away from the role and gave kids of color a new hero to look up to. The same goes for Nick Fury. He's just a guy with an eye patch who's in charge of S.H.I.E.L.D. There's nothing about his character or his role that requires him to be white. Now look at the Ancient One from Doctor Strange. They're from the Himalayas teaching Himalayan culture and folklore. It's central to the character. But in the movie, the Ancient One is played by a white woman. It's a huge missed opportunity to cast an Asian actor in a role. The Ancient One could have been elevated to the same status that Samuel L. Jackson brought to Nick Fury. He inflated Fury from a 60s James Bond homage to a movie icon in his own right, and Zazie Beetz could do the same for Domino. I grew up watching Domino on Wolverine and the X-Men, where she's portrayed with comics-accurate pale blue skin and a black circle around her eye. Now, she's a black woman with natural hair and her traditional look is still there right down to the eye tattoo, it's just inverted now. But again, Domino in the comics isn't defined by being a white woman. It's not part of her character in any way. Casting a black actress does nothing to damage the Domino we know. In fact, it just gives black nerds like me someone else I can cosplay as, someone who I can see myself in, someone who I can watch on screen and feel represented. You can call it blackwashing, race bending, or whatever the hell you want. I just call it a good thing.